The mockery and the mission. The Galactic Federation Council chamber fell silent as Earth's representative, Ambassador Leon Garcia, finished his presentation. The holographic display above the center table faded, and for a moment, the vast circular room remained utterly quiet. Then a low rumble of laughter began from the Araxian delegation, quickly spreading throughout the chamber until most of the alien representatives were openly chuckling. Ambassador Thrix, the Araxian Prime Delegate, rose from his seat, his four arms gesturing dismissively at the fading hologram of Earth's proposed starship design. His crystalline exoskeleton caught the chamber's lights, sending rainbow reflections dancing across the walls. My esteemed colleagues, Thrix's translator conveyed his clicking speech into standard Galactic. We have indulged our Earth friends with remarkable patience. For 73 cycles since their admission to our Federation, we have provided technological guidance, shared navigational data, and even allowed them limited access to our shipyards. The ambassador's upper arms spread wide. And this is what they propose: a ship that violates every established principle of interstellar engineering. More laughter rippled through the chamber. Ambassador Garcia stood rigid, his dark eyes fixed on Thrix, refusing to show any reaction. Their proposed reactor configuration would destabilize before reaching half-light speed, continued Thrix. Their shield harmonics are incompatible with their hull materials. And this, he gestured to the now-vanished hologram, this supposed adaptive navigation system contradicts fundamental laws of spatial mathematics that have been established for millennia. The Araxian turned his compound eyes toward Garcia. Humanity remains in its infancy. We do not mock children for their crayon drawings, but neither do we allow them to design starships. Council Chairperson Nylith, a towering Ventauran with luminescent skin, raised a hand for silence. Thank you, Ambassador Thrix, for your assessment. Ambassador Garcia, the Council appreciates Earth's enthusiasm, but we must follow established protocols. Your proposal for independent shipbuilding rights is denied. Earth will continue to receive technological education for another 50 cycles before such privileges can be reconsidered. Garcia bowed stiffly. The United Earth government acknowledges the Council's decision. As the chamber emptied, Thrix approached Garcia, his voice lowered to a near whisper. Your people are ambitious, human. It's admirable, if misguided. But there are forces at work in this galaxy you cannot comprehend. Accept your place. It will be safer for everyone. 12 hours later, Captain Nadia Chen stood in the underground facility beneath the Alps, staring at the very same starship the Federation had just mocked. Unlike the holographic representation Garcia had shown, this wasn't a proposal, it was reality. The sleek vessel, housed in a vast cavern hollowed from the mountain, gleamed under the harsh industrial lighting. They laughed. Asked Dr. Farid Khalil, Earth's leading quantum physicist and the primary architect of the ship's revolutionary drive system. As expected, Nadia replied, running her hand along the polished hull. Garcia played his part perfectly. The Araxians believe we're still struggling with basic shield modulation. Major Takashi Yamamoto, head of security for the classified project, joined them. Then we proceed as planned. The misdirection worked. Their monitoring satellites detected nothing during our test flights within lunar orbit. The project, codenamed Defiance, had operated in absolute secrecy for 15 years, hidden from not only the Federation surveillance, but from most of Earth's population as well. Only a select coalition of scientists, engineers, and military personnel knew the truth. Earth had discovered something the Federation had missed, or perhaps something they had deliberately suppressed. The adaptive spatial field is ready for full deployment, said Dr. Elisa Mbeki, lead engineer, joining the group. Final simulations show 99.7% efficiency, far beyond what the Araxians claimed was possible. Nadia nodded. And the quantum entanglement communication system, functional across all tested distances, replied communications specialist Raj Patil. Even when we sent drones beyond Pluto's orbit, Signal integrity remained at 100%. No detection by Federation outposts. Then we're ready. Nadia looked around at her team, the best minds Earth had produced, working in secret while the planet played the role of the Federation's obedient child. The Council has given us exactly what we wanted. Confirmation that they have no idea what we've actually built. The Defiance wasn't just a starship. It was Earth's rebellion against the carefully structured technological hierarchy the Federation, particularly the Araxians, had imposed across the galaxy. For decades, humans had suspected they were being deliberately held back, fed technological advancements at a carefully controlled pace, while the true capabilities of faster-than-light travel and weapons technology remained restricted. Dr. Khalil's breakthrough had come almost by accident. While studying Federation-approved quantum field theory, he'd discovered a fundamental flaw in their equations, a flaw that suggested the established approach to FTL travel was unnecessarily complex and inefficient. His alternative theory had led to the development of the adaptive spatial manipulation field, a system that didn't force a ship through space, but rather altered the properties of space around the vessel. Launch preparations will take 3 days, Major Yamamoto reported. Federation patrol schedules indicate our best window will open in 96 hours. The mission was high risk, but potentially paradigm-shifting. The Defiance would make an unannounced jump to the edge of the Proxima Centauri system, demonstrating Earth's independent FTL capability. It wasn't just a technological statement, but a political one. Proof that humanity would not accept its assigned place in the galactic hierarchy. "What about the crew?" asked Nadia. "All 20 volunteers are ready," replied Dr. Mbeki. "Each is cross-trained in multiple disciplines. If we lose anyone..." She didn't finish the sentence. They all understood the stakes. 3 days later, the final preparations were complete. The Defiance's systems hummed with controlled power, its revolutionary engine core pulsing with a soft blue light that seemed to bend reality slightly around it. The 20 crew members, Earth's finest, had taken their stations. Captain Chen sat in the command chair, feeling the weight of Earth's future on her shoulders. General Williams, the highest-ranking military officer with knowledge of the project, addressed them via secure communication from the control room. "What you're about to attempt goes against direct Federation mandate. Officially, this mission doesn't exist. If you're captured, Earth will deny all knowledge of the Defiance and its crew." The general's weathered face softened slightly. "But know this, every person on this planet is counting on you, even if they don't know it yet. For 73 years, we've been told our place, shown our limitations, and patted on the head for our minor achievements. Today, that changes." Nadia acknowledged with a crisp salute. "We won't let Earth down, sir." As the final countdown began, Dr. Khalil approached Nadia. "There's something you should know, Captain. The Araxians, I don't think they're just being condescending. I think they're afraid." Nadia raised an eyebrow. "Afraid? Of us? Of what we might become? My research suggests our approach to space manipulation is fundamentally different from anything in the Federation's technological database. We're not just building a better ship. We're thinking differently about space itself." The countdown reached 0. The massive underground doors above the ship slid open, revealing the night sky. "Initiate launch sequence," ordered Nadia. "Stealth systems at maximum." The Defiance rose silently, its revolutionary engines producing almost no thermal or electromagnetic signature. Federation satellites, programmed to detect conventional propulsion systems, registered nothing as the ship ascended through Earth's atmosphere. "Preparing for spatial field activation," reported Navigator Lu Wei. "Coordinates locked for Proxima Centauri jump point." "Engage when ready," Nadia commanded, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen as Earth fell away beneath them. The ship passed the lunar orbit, moving faster than any human-built vessel had ever traveled, yet still undetected by Federation monitoring systems. "Field initializing," announced Dr. Khalil from the engineering station. 3, 2, 1. Reality seemed to bend around them. The stars on the view screen stretched and then coalesced into new patterns. There was no violent acceleration, no sense of movement at all, just a gentle shifting of perspective, as if the universe itself had rearranged to accommodate them. Transition complete, Liu reported, sounding almost surprised despite months of simulations. We've arrived at Proxima Centauri. Journey time, 4.3 seconds. The bridge fell silent. The fastest Federation ships required hours to cover the same distance. We did it, whispered Raj. It actually worked. But their celebration was cut short as alarm signals flashed across multiple consoles. Captain, called Tactical Officer Maya Rodriguez, her voice tense, I'm detecting multiple ships at the edge of the system. Federation signatures. No. Araxian military vessels. A full battle group. That's impossible, Major Yamamoto said. There's no scheduled Araxian presence in this system. The nearest patrol should be 3 systems away. On the view screen, 7 crystalline vessels appeared, their angular forms unmistakably Araxian. Their position suggested they had been waiting in ambush. They knew, Nadia realized with sudden clarity. Somehow, they knew we were coming. The largest Araxian vessel fired a warning shot, a pulse of energy that dissipated harmlessly several kilometers from the Defiance. Then a communication channel opened. Unidentified Earth vessel, came the translated voice. You have violated Federation law by developing and deploying unauthorized spacefaring technology. Power down all systems and prepare to be boarded. Nadia exchanged glances with her officers. No response yet, she ordered. Tactical, analyze their weapons. Navigation, calculate emergency jump coordinates. Let's see exactly what we're dealing with. The true test of the Defiance and humanity's future was about to begin. The proving ground and the paradigm shift. All stations, battle readiness, Captain Chen ordered, her voice steady despite the 7 Araxian warships arrayed before them. But hold fire. We're not starting a war today. The Defiance hung in space, its revolutionary engines idling, its systems gathering data on the Araxian vessels. Every second provided more information, more understanding of what they were facing. Their weapons are powered, but targeting systems aren't fully locked, reported Maya from Tactical. They're confident, showing force without committing to attack. Captain, Raj called from communications. They're broadcasting on all Federation frequencies. They're announcing our illegal technological incursion to the entire sector. Nadia nodded grimly. They want witnesses. They intend to make an example of us. Major Yamamoto studied the tactical display. They've positioned to cut off conventional escape vectors. Standard Federation containment protocol. A thin smile crossed Nadia's face. Good thing we don't use conventional vectors. The Araxian commander's voice boomed through the bridge again. Earth vessel, this is your final warning. Your primitive attempt at faster-than-light travel has already been documented and reported to the Federation Council. Submit now, and your crew may be spared imprisonment. Dr. Khalil stepped closer to Nadia, speaking softly. Captain, I've been analyzing their shield configurations. They're using standard Federation harmonic patterns, patterns designed to counter conventional weapons. Our spatial manipulation field might interact with their shields in unexpected ways. Explain, Nadia demanded. The Araxians believe we've built a flawed imitation of their technology, but our approach is fundamentally different. Their shields are designed to repel energy directed against them. But what if, instead of attacking the shields directly, we manipulated the space they occupy? You mean use our drive system as a weapon? Nadia asked, immediately grasping the implications. Not exactly. More like demonstrating its capabilities in a defensive manner. Nadia considered for a moment, then turned to her bridge crew. Here's what we do. Dr. Khalil, prepare a localized spatial field, small, controlled, directly between us and the lead Araxian vessel. Navigator Liu, Plot a micro-jump to move us 20 kilometers to starboard the moment the field activates. Major Yamamoto, bring defensive systems to maximum, but keep weapons powered down. The Araxian ultimatum expired. The crystalline vessels began to advance, their formation tightening. "They're charging weapons," Maya reported. "Energy buildup consistent with ion disruptors." "Now, Dr. Khalil," ordered Nadia. The scientist activated the spatial field generator. Unlike their jump to Proxima, this wasn't designed to move the Defiance through space. Instead, it created a localized distortion, a bubble where the properties of space itself were temporarily altered. The lead Araxian vessel fired. A brilliant blue beam of energy lanced toward the Defiance, and then vanished into the distortion field. "Micro-jump now," Nadia commanded. The Defiance shifted position instantly, reappearing 20 kilometers away. On the view screen, they watched as the spatial distortion collapsed, and the Araxian energy beam emerged, its trajectory altered to harmlessly bypass where the Defiance had been. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then frantic communication chatter erupted among the Araxian ships. "They're confused," Raj translated, listening to the encrypted but poorly secured transmissions. "Their sensors show their weapon fired, but they can't explain what happened. They don't understand how we moved so precisely, or why their targeting systems failed." Nadia stood from her command chair, open a channel to the Araxian commander. When the connection was established, she spoke clearly and confidently. "Araxian vessels, this is Captain Nadia Chen of the Earth ship Defiance. We have no hostile intentions. We are simply exercising our right to technological development and exploration. As you have witnessed, our defensive capabilities are sufficient to protect ourselves. We ask that you stand down and allow us to continue our mission peacefully." The response was immediate and angry. "Human deception. You have stolen restricted technology. Your primitive minds cannot have developed such systems independently." "Nothing was stolen," Nadia replied calmly. "Earth has simply found a different path. One your scientists either missed or deliberately avoided. We will demonstrate once more, with your permission." Without waiting for a response, she nodded to Dr. Khalil. This time, the spatial field expanded in a carefully controlled pattern around the Defiance, creating a visible distortion that rippled outward. The effect was purely visual, a manipulation of how light traveled through the affected space. But the message was clear. Earth's technology operated on principles the Araxians didn't fully understand. "Sensors detect multiple transmission bursts," Raj reported. "They're sending data back to their homeworld and to the Federation Council. Captain, we're being observed by more than just this battle group now." This was exactly what Nadia had hoped for. Witnesses to humanity's technological leap beyond the Federation's carefully controlled progression. The standoff lasted for 20 tense minutes. The Araxian ships maintained their positions but didn't advance further. Federation communication channels filled with chatter as news spread of the confrontation and Earth's unexpected capabilities. Then a new signal reached them, not from the Araxian squadron, but from a diplomatic vessel entering the system. "Captain Chen," came a familiar voice. "Ambassador Garcia, somehow already present. The Federation Council has called an emergency session. The Araxians have been ordered to stand down. You and your vessel are to proceed to Arcturus Station for discussions." "Understood, Ambassador," Nadia replied, shooting a questioning look at Raj, who nodded confirmation that the diplomatic vessel was genuine. As the Araxian ships reluctantly powered down their weapons and began to withdraw, Dr. Khalil approached Nadia again. "This was never just about proving we could build an advanced ship, was it?" "No," she admitted quietly. "For decades, Earth has suspected that the Araxians have been deliberately suppressing certain technological developments across the Federation, particularly ones that might threaten their military dominance. We needed to demonstrate not just a new ship, but an entirely new approach. And now we negotiate from a position of strength, not as technological children begging for scraps of knowledge." 3 days later, The Defiance docked at Arcturus Station, the massive hub of Federation diplomatic and commercial activity. News of Earth's technological breakthrough had spread throughout the Federation, creating a diplomatic firestorm. Species that had accepted Araxian technological superiority for centuries now questioned what else might have been kept from them. Captain Chen and Ambassador Garcia stood together in the observation lounge, watching as representatives from dozens of worlds arrived for the emergency council session. The Araxians are demanding sanctions against Earth, Garcia informed her. They claim we violated 17 different technology transfer protocols. Hard to violate a transfer protocol when no transfer occurred, Nadia replied. We developed this technology independently. That's what frightens them most, Garcia said. Their entire power structure is built on technological superiority and controlled dissemination of advancements. You didn't just build a better ship, you demonstrated a fundamentally different understanding of spatial mechanics. The council chamber was packed when they entered. The Araxian delegation sat rigidly, their crystalline exoskeletons reflecting tensions and shifting colors. Ambassador Thrix, who had so recently mocked Earth's supposed primitive designs, now watched Captain Chen with compound eyes that couldn't hide his unease. Council Chairperson Nilith called the session to order. We face an unprecedented situation. Earth, a relatively new member of our Federation, has apparently developed technology that contradicts established scientific principles. The Araxian Empire charges that this must be the result of prohibited technology theft and demands impoundment of the vessel in question. Ambassador Garcia stepped forward. Earth categorically denies these accusations. We have documented our independent research path, which we are prepared to share with the Council, though not exclusively with the Araxian delegation. This caused a stir. Technology sharing between Federation members was expected, but Garcia was implying that the Araxians couldn't be trusted with Earth's discoveries. Furthermore, Garcia continued, we believe this incident reveals a larger issue: the systematic suppression of alternative technological approaches that might disrupt the current, hierarchical structure of advancement within the Federation. The Ventaran chairperson's luminescent skin pulsed with concern. These are serious allegations, Ambassador, which is why we propose a new Federation initiative, Garcia responded. A collaborative research program, with participation from all member worlds, to explore the applications of Earth's spatial manipulation principles, not controlled by any single species, but truly cooperative. The debate raged for hours. The Araxians objected vehemently, claiming Earth's technology was dangerous, untested, potentially destabilizing to the galactic order. Other delegations, particularly those from worlds that had long accepted their developing status, voiced cautious support for Earth's proposal. In the end, the Council reached a compromise. Earth would retain its technological independence, but would participate in a joint research initiative with oversight from a diverse committee of Federation scientists. The Defiance would undergo safety evaluations but remain under Earth command. As they left the chamber, Ambassador Thrix intercepted Captain Chen. His translator conveyed words that seemed to pain him physically. Your achievement is notable, human. But understand this. You have changed the balance of power that has maintained peace for millennia. The consequences may not be what you intended. Perhaps, Nadia replied, or perhaps we've broken a stagnation that was never truly peace, but merely controlled suppression. Either way, humanity will find its own path among the stars, as equals, not as children. 6 months later, the Defiance's revolutionary drive system had been adapted to 3 more Earth vessels. Federation scientists from 17 worlds collaborated on applications ranging from improved medical scanners to more efficient planetary defense systems. The Araxians had reluctantly accepted the new reality, though they maintained a cold diplomatic distance from Earth. On the bridge of the Defiance, now embarking on its first officially sanctioned exploratory mission beyond Federation space, Captain Chen reviewed the ship's logs with satisfaction. What had begun as a desperate gamble to break free from technological constraints had evolved into something more profound, a fundamental shift in how the Federation approached innovation and cooperation. "New course laid in, Captain," announced Navigator Liu. "Unexplored sector at bearing 227 Mark 43. Nadia nodded, gazing at the stars on the view screen. "Proceed, Lieutenant. Let's show the galaxy what happens when we stop accepting limitations imposed by others." The Defiance's engines hummed with quiet power as the spatial field activated, and the ship vanished into the depths of unexplored space. Humanity's defiance against constraints transformed into a beacon of new possibility for the entire Federation.